Hello Pisces, thank you for joining us. This is Pastor Rosemary coming to you from ANSARA Angels Ave. This Angelscope is for both Pisces Sun and Pisces Moon. These are your December 2014 Christian angel answers from your Pisces angel Amitziel, who resides over mutable water. Pisces leave November behind, taking into account things have gotten better, but what's next? Pisces, your half-human, half-fish nature can give you both the cheerfulness as well as a good sense to more fully discover the fish's mutable water nature on the provision that you allow yourself to be your fun and generous self in the month of December, using your leadership skills to assist those who just do not understand. Now, before we get on with the astrological reading for this month, and we are going to just an explanation about how we're doing this at this point. The main body of what we're going to present to you is Christian astrology through the angel of the Lord that comes in, tainted, of course, almost like a conversation between he and your angel, Amitziel. Then when we get to Pisces love, Pisces money, Pisces health matters, then we're allowing Amitziel to speak purely, so it's distinguished only, distinct only to you. That's what we're going to be doing because it seems to work. Now, before we get going with that, we do want to read the email from this month's lottery winner for the angel answer. The person that won this month is Backups Trends 31 says, "Hi, I'm a Sag, and I guess that would mean that I'm blessed by Philip or the Apostle Philip, whatever you call him in your training video. I'm a Roman Catholic, and in our tradition, this Apostle's feast day is in May on the 3rd of the month." So this person's wondering why, if it's on the 3rd of the month and you're a Roman Catholic, why are you celebrating it, and why did you put it in your video saying, November, or it's for Sagittarius, I'm a Sagittarius, why are you doing that? And that's a good point, and the answer is that you're right. The Roman Catholic one feast day for the Apostle Philip is on May 3rd. And for the Lutherans and for the Anglicans, it's on the 1st of May, May Day. And for Eastern Orthodox, it's November 14th. Now, you're right, we're not Eastern Orthodox, we are Roman Catholic. However, our informal, more high school education is, and being brought up is, yes, that's Catholicism, but Roman Catholic. But our formal training, where we have higher levels of degrees, is in Rosicrucianism. And just the studies that we took more matched, I suppose, the Eastern Orthodox system. To me, I just thought it was Rosicrucian, but when I looked it up, I realized that more matches Eastern Orthodox. So anyway, that's where that's at. But that's a very interesting question, the kind we like to answer. We like to answer all kinds of questions, but that was an interesting one. So thank you. Now, continuing with Pisces for this month, Pisces, your Christian astrology. Pisces should take interest in the mathematics of the sun's shining, its watery light, in the northern hemisphere on the sign of the Apostle Philip, known as Sagittarius the Archer, taking an exact measure of the high trajectory of the Chiron moon or cold moon on the 6th of December at 12:27 UTC or Coordinated Universal Time. That's like what the time it is in London. Okay, so that's for this month of December. The sun will be oppositely low in the sky, with midwinter bringing what is known as the Achilles moon, or the long night moon, so beloved in the ancient legends, where Achilles is known to have decapitated Apollo in his rescuing of Helen of Troy, the Selene moon. If you reside in the southern hemisphere, Pisces, the solar and lunar behavior of your chart will be reversed, and therefore any upsetting, highly strung enthusiasm will increase the emotional stimulation of those who emanate poise in the southern regions, undampened by the cold wetness of the moon, coaxed into an almost maddening self-reliance by the peaking of the sun down under. This is where Christian astrocartography comes in handy, Pisces, to understand both your behavior and the behavior of those you love. We are experts in Christian astrocartography, so stay tuned, Pisces. Why does this matter? You know, you're chiseled out by your birth chart, right? But every place you live chisels you out as well. And it's very, it has a very strong effect on you. And so you need to not only where someone was born, you need to know where they've lived up until the present. And you need to know where they're going. And that, then you'll know where they're going more if you have all these steps in place. Because if you only know where they're born, and you're missing Christian astrocartography, and you don't know where they've been at various stages of their alchemical process, then you don't know what's going on. Okay, so here we go with the rest of the transmission between the angel of the Lord and a Mitziel. It's kind of a conversation. Pisces, your mental bemusing and your mind's patterns are being gently cooked by divine providence and Jesus Christ, who is the great alchemist of the universe, to the planetary influences of your chart this month. So who is Jesus Christ? He's the king of the universe. Why? Because he's the grand alchemist of the universe. He's the great alchemist. If God is the great, if God the Father is the great architect, then God the Son is a great alchemist. Okay. So he's going to be working through the planetary influences this month to further hone you and cook you as an alchemist would. Fish in the northern hemisphere will find themselves in the alchemical stage of the bain-marie, which is a soothing bath meant to derive all the mercury of your spirit, your best traits, to be put aside for use when it becomes necessary for the edification of others who will need your gifts of bountiful amounts of kindred light, for you are at home in the warm bath of this specific philosopher's step. This is the process of your body becoming, your body of light, becoming ever more evolving. Pisces individuals residing in the southern hemisphere will undergo, this is important, the alchemical substage of calcination, where they roast the cinnabar, held within the sublime main stage of dissolution, where the great alchemist called the Lord Jesus Christ will submit your ego to his will. But thankfully, his will is an easy yoke, in a manner that is always comforting and never hurtful, for he loves you. And this is where the pineal gland consciousness, Christ consciousness, comes through to fulfill that 614th desire, which is your new desire. It satisfies everything, but not so much that it nullifies the need or the desire. It doesn't nullify it. It quenches it constantly in a sweet, just the right amount of fulfilling manner, and it fulfills everything. Okay. Now, what are we saying here? We're saying that the alchemical stage for people in the north, because of the lunar activity, is going to be like a warm, wet bath that is soothing, but brings out more of your spirit, leaches out more spirit to be put aside, your light to be kept for later. Those in the southern hemisphere are going to be experiencing a warm bath with some ego calcination, because your ruling planet of Jupiter, Pisces, is going to be affected by the sun. There's a lot of similarity between the sun and Jupiter and what they want, and the magnanimous nature of these two wanderers. Yeah. And so what's going to happen is the ego is going to be more roasted within the bain-marie. First, a little bit of roasting of the ego, and then the soothing bath. So you might see a little bit more flamboyance in the south for Pisces, but also a little more pain, but a little more, because with flamboyance comes pain, because that's just embarrassment. But if you can learn to handle it calmly, you can get through anything. Just stay calm through embarrassment. Just deal with it. Okay. Your ego will be further dissolved in favor of your body of light, and here the struggle between your 7 non-physical bodies will become much more amalgamated. Use the intelligence of the Apostle Philip to bring peace to your mind and your life, Pisces. Meditate upon John chapter 14, verse 8. Lord, show us the Father, and that will be enough for us. The Father is God consciousness associated with water. Where Jesus Christ is a little bit more like really healthy ice cream. God the Father is more like water. Philip means lover of horses. Horses are associated with water and also with the Horsehead Nebula in the constellation of Orion, where the Messiah is meant to come through into our dimension to elevate us. Don't forget to recognize Sagittarius the Archer, who's the birthday boy or girl, from November 22nd through December 22nd, and don't forget to give birthday greetings and gifts to your Archer friends and family. Okay, Pisces? The goddess Sekhmet takes over from the god Wadjet this month, with her warlike influence being felt through the 26th of the month in the ancient Egyptian astrological system. Your ruling planet of Jupiter is highly refractive to the harsh pinpoint exactitude of modern warfare, which includes both code writing abilities and pure king of the mountain instincts. Hot temperamental anger no longer wins wars, luckily, for war is not the same as it once was. The sign of Cancer, the crab, will be elevated in your life this month, Pisces, if you live in the northern hemisphere due to the moon riding high in the horizon in December. For fish living in the southern hemisphere, your Leo the Lion cohorts will be peaking, although attempting to shine their solar disk on Sagittarius for obvious seasonal reasons. Pisces who reside in the northern hemisphere will find that your Leo the Lion friends and romantic interests will be tucked away safely into the horizon, where the sun god awaits his quick rebirth after a 3-day sojourn in the depths of the Tuat region. These kings under the mountain must not be underestimated due to their soon-to-quicken solar aspects regaining influence as the sun once more climbs in ascendancy up into the cold skies above the horizon. Under the earth, they have found various types of radioactive stone, the very one used by the Lord Jesus Christ to create the universe, casting down matter into the creation of a third-dimensional realm. So the Lord Jesus Christ took the stone, the radioactive stone, and threw it down to the 10 dimensions, and in each one, the radioactivity made worlds. It created worlds. When it finally got down to Earth, it was atom or atom. Radioactive and minute. So he's a creator, the universe, by doing that. You could say the stone is the creator, but he threw the stone. So little semantics, but true nonetheless. So the stone itself is the creator, but Christ is the one who threw the stone. That's a distinction. No matter what hemisphere you live in, Pisces, enjoy the Christmas festivities, and again, don't forget to put a wreath on your door. And be sure to carry a properly chopped down pine tree through the door to be dressed and bear gifts for you and those you love. If you want fertility and prosperity, to bring the fish much abundance. So people who don't want you to have a Christmas tree, they're going to do their regeneration rituals, and they're going to get rich, and they're going to have abundance and children and fruitfulness and clean oceans to fish in and clean streams and all of this. You're not going to have it because they're telling you not to do your regeneration rituals, and then they'll steal it from you. So do your Christmas regeneration rituals. You all know who you are. Okay. This December, Pisces finds Scorpio bearing its seed, bringing to fruition the 23rd rune stone seed Dagaz within the house of Sagittarius. The rune of Dagaz brings the fusion of polar opposites for fish in December. This mixing of the twin pillars forms the morning dawn, or conversely the twilight half-lidded eye of evening. This is a gateway for the fire of a new mind, and a gatekeeper who guards his gate with Odin's one eye focusing upon runes once spied when crucified upon the Yggdrasil tree, 23 being a genetic mixing point in all scientific disciplines. Those closest to Pisces will be the ones to keep Odin's amorous eye upon. Not a stranger this month. Pisces love matters. This is where it gets real pinpointed for Amnesia. Point to the blank 0 runestone seed that allows the fish to write your own contract with God this month in the area of romance by petitioning His Holy Mother. Miracle rosaries are the answer this month to mending broken hearts, spirits, and bodies. The miracle rosary will mend these things. Again, if you want a miracle, it can come through, if you want something badly, it can either come whatever you are best satisfied with through the Lord Jesus Christ, who who always elevates His mother, and she elevates Him, and He elevates her. Jesus Christ does not appreciate people talking badly about His mother. Just saying. All right. Anyway, if you want something badly, and you need it badly, and you really truly want it, you will either be given it through a miracle, or you will be given it through a scientific device that seems miraculous, or a scientific method that seems miraculous. And the trick here is this. The doctor needs to believe in the treatment. The doctor needs to believe that he can effectively apply the treatment. The patient needs to believe in the treatment. The patient needs to believe in the doctor. Once these things are satisfied, anything works. I don't care if you just go like that. It works. That's all you need. That's why sometimes when you take modern medicine down into the jungle or wherever, where the people, in the rainforest, whatever, and people have never really Yanomamos and those kind of people, those tribes, it doesn't always work for them because their medicine works for them because those principles are in place. That's it. Now, miracle rosaries are the answer this month, but one might wonder, why does God allow such pain? You may ask Pisces, why so much pain? The reason that we do not come home to God, His Son, or His Mother, is this: if we're stuffed with pride and self-satisfaction, that we want to do it ourselves. I'm going to heal you. I'm going to heal myself, instead of allowing God to do the healing. Instead of praying to the Holy Mother, to the Blessed Mother, and to her Son, allowing them to do the healing, or allowing someone who has the method to do the healing. But you have to go through Jesus Christ, and through His mother. The mother always leads to Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ always leads to the Father. But you need this trinary, again, action. That's what we were just talking about. This doctor has to believe in the treatment. The patient has to believe in the treatment and the doctor. That's the three principles. Once those principles are there, you have a healing. It doesn't matter if it's a doctor or a priest or what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. Anybody can. Once these three principles are there, that there's no room for self-satisfaction and pride. Continuing to transmission. The burdens of life's difficulties must be shared by all who ease the suffering of everyone. There is a limitless amount of joy and pleasure in the spiritual realm, constantly believing that grace is being given to the souls of the earth, each in the measure they were made to receive. Even stones have a soul, although of a lesser ability to receive light. How much more ability to receive the love of Jesus Christ as a flower possessed than a stone? How much more room in the soul of an animal is found to enjoy the gifts of heaven daily and freely given? Humans have been placed at the pinnacle of creation to receive the most of heaven's blessings, being created with the most vacuous room for the largest part of the constant stream of heaven's milk in which to flow. Humans only create pain in their lives when they feel or behave as if anything or anyone is unaffected by the state of other creatures, for we are all connected, now more than ever, in the words of Rebbe Wellman. There is nowhere left to run, is what he said. Nowhere left to hide. We have to turn around and live in this world. He continues that we are full of self-love now more than ever. And we must now deal with the fact that everyone now feels that they are the most important person in the universe. Or that perhaps they are Jesus Christ, or that they are this aspect of Christ consciousness or pineal consciousness. This is Christ consciousness. We must continue with Nitzel's transmission. We must see where and how we all fit in together. That is our task. And we must take it seriously, for only those who can cooperate and allow others their honor will survive in this new age of Aquarius now upon us all. So in other words, allow others their honor. So, this constant thing where one has, where people say, you have to honor me, but I'm not going to honor you, and in that way I dominate you. That's not going to fare well in this new age of Aquarius with Saturn ruling and these Saturnian proclivities. It's just not going to, it's not going to work. Everyone has to be allowed their honor. And then, all persons, even animals and plants and stones, everything has a consciousness. A stone has consciousness. Plastic has consciousness. That's not anthropomorphizing anything. They say that no such thing as this and there's no such thing as that. If there was no such thing as something, there would not be a word for it. All things, there's always something going on somewhere. Anything that could happen has happened in some dimension to you. Now, how does God make it so that we can all be more happy and have a more pleasant experience? Because God puts your consciousness only where it's the most easy, yeah? Well, that's where Christ puts it. Actually, that's the difference. Where Mother Mary puts your consciousness is maybe too comfortable sometimes, depending on who you are. She's, makes people very comfortable. Where Christ puts you is kind of, not too hot, not too cold, just right kind of thing. Where you're just in a comfort zone that's got enough discipline, but it's not too horrible either. And, some people like that better. And God consciousness is kind of very uncomfortable many times. So this situation where one can put their telescope, their kaleidoscope into any one of these three aspects, or any two, or all of the above. But the point is, wherever these things are, that's what you're going to experience. And because everybody has experienced everything. You've been the fish you had for dinner. You've been the broccoli you had for dinner. The person that is hurting you or that you're being hurt by, you've been that person and they've been you. You've been the rock that you skipped across the lake. You've been the sun. You've been the moon. You've been the earth. You've been an atom. You've been a quark, a meson, a gluon, a subatomic particle. Anything you do, you're going to feel. It's going to. That's what karma is. It just means we are all one person. Water is water. That's our consciousness. That's it. A glass, this is your body, and this is your consciousness. It's the same. It'll eventually evaporate back up and go right back into the system. You can't do anything to someone else that you don't do to yourself. Okay. Pisces money matters. Reveal the 13th runestone seed of Iwaz, assuring financial stability brought about via this sure and steady eye of the Piscean fish, even in a desolate and barren frozen wasteland. While many may suffer want, Pisces enjoys abundance. While some others may suffer ignorance, Pisces enjoys great knowledge and skill with which to conjure as much money as necessary. Pisces health matters revolve around the 4th runestone seed of ANSARA for Pisces in December. Medicine from whatever health discipline you require is made readily and easily available to the fish in December. The triad of healing miracles is invoked with the Ashir god keen in the knowledge of pharmakia sorcery. Why does the witch doctor heal those in his village with quaint methods, patients that are unable to be healed by your modern medicine? We just touched on this earlier. We'll just restate it here for the moment. Why does one patient die and another one become healed? The secret to these healing methods are found in the Trinity of Medicine, which are as follows. We wrote it down here for you, but we said this already, but just restate it. The doctor must believe completely and without doubt in the treatment he or she is using in his or her ability to effectively apply said treatment. 2, the patient must believe in his or her doctor's ability to recommend and apply effectively a completely effective treatment. 3, the doctor and patient must completely agree that healing is the only outcome without any doubt, but rather with singularity of purpose and known outcome. Any other approach will result in a less than perfect outcome. Certainty assures the future you are sure of. Doubt assures the future you doubt will occur in any satisfactory manner, as stated by the wise Kabbalist Billy Phillips. It works in any discipline. Enjoy yourself this Christmas season and eat smart, but well this month for your health, vitality, vim, and vigor. Be wise, be well, be all you are meant to be, Pisces. Your divine tone of I believe gives those who doubt a much brighter world and future vision in December. Thank you for joining us, Pisces, and join us again next month.